Yeah, I guess they wanted the Spectre pickup just so you can sort of counter the global presence of the Nature's Prophet. To like, yeah, try and catch him out. But like you said, Nature's Prophet feels perfectly happy building into the Silver Edge. So already a couple of counters there for the Spectre going into the later game, which maybe might even force the Spectre themselves to build into a BKB. It's an item you never actually see on a Spectre, but versus 2 breaks, may sort of be forced to do that.
Yeah, and even in general, also like against Rookie, you might be stuck in the Sprout and the Smoke Screen. At which point, like, do you really want to have a Quelling Blade in that situation? Unless you have a Spectral Dragger out, you're not walking it. You would need a BKB in that situation. So overall, it's an awkward Spectre pick, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And listen, UDV, they need either a mid or an offlaner, depending on the Pango. And Myth Avenue Gaming looks like, we at least Vessuwan believes that it's going to be the mid Tusk, and they get rid of the Magnus here.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think it's pretty, safe bet to say that the Tusk is going to be in the mid. And yeah, I guess they just want to remove people that bring a bit more team fight to the table, because so far Myth Avenue have none, like literally no team fight, unless you can sort of say Moonlight Shadow is a team fight, but not really. It's more there just for ganks. So yeah, they definitely want to just take away those sort of big boys that bring things to the table. Mars might also be a decent pickup / ban that could go into the hands of Myth Avenue.
Yeah, both teams are banning offlaners. Both teams convinced that the other team, they've got everything except their position 3. I like the Mars pick in general. I like Mars Hoodwink is a lot of damage. Same with the Mars Mirana, right? You throw out the spear, you can have an arrow follow up, just a ton of damage. And we'll see if either team wants to go for it. I do think it benefits MAG a little bit more because you are going to be up against Nature's Prophet. So the Mars, you'd rather have him taking the hits for your team rather than the Spectre. Although it's another hero that incentivizes the break. So one way or it goes here and there. And they banned the Viper from MAG saying, one break is enough. We don't want to give you another free break.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm kind of surprised that the Viper did last that long, because a lot of other teams have either been first phase in or second phase banning this hero, but ends up being the final take out the entire game. So, UD Vessuwan got to grab their final hero right now themselves. Only got 5 seconds of reserve time as well, so not at all long to actually think about what they're going to go for right now. Going to be forced into something, and it's going to be a Doom pickup. Okay.
That's doesn't really. I mean, I guess that's a sort of independent position 3 because you can just get his gold no matter what, and Rookie or Hoodwink can roam if they want to. It's also you get a break at level 25, but that's like really long from down. I don't like the Doom versus Rubik matchup. It's very easy to steal Doom if you're Rubik, because most of the time they Scorched Earth, run in, Doom someone, then it's like, oh, just press R and you get it. So
yeah. Hey, even really easy to steal Devour. We saw that before.
Yes.
The amount of gold a Rubik was able to rack up with that was truly disgusting. So yeah, it's already a bit awkward there for the Doom.
Yeah, I'm not loving the Doom pick because I was hoping for something a little bit more active. We'll see we'll see how it works out though. It's not the biggest deal. MAG, they need an offlaner here. But first, now you don't want something. What would you like? I won't say Underlord's a good pick, but
how
I need something.
How do you feel about Enigma, perhaps? Because like it's another count you can grab the Pangolier, Rolling Thunder as well. Once you get BKB Lincoln Sphere, there wouldn't be any cancel because Doom wouldn't be able to stop you either.
It's risky. It's risky because there's a Pango with Swashbuckle and who can get a Basher. There's the Hoodwink Bushwhack. There's a Smoke from Ricky. So there's risks to it, and I guess Myth Avenue believes that the risk is too much, so they go for the Centaur, which he can be broken, but his breaking his return isn't the biggest deal. It's a little bit more active, so I like that. And I did think that Myth Avenue, early on, just the Tusk by himself with a bit of 2 squishy sports, not the best. So I really like this last pick Centaurs. Also helps people who get caught in the smoke screen or just to run away from the Pango. Lots of good here, and I'm gonna go with MAG on this one. I think their draft is a little bit better, and it scales really well into the late game. Spectre is going to be the one you have to keep your eye on. You have to make sure he doesn't fall behind or get broken. But other than that, Yeah, I like MAG's draft. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling leaning more towards UD Vessuwan myself, actually. Like, I think they just got a bit more. I feel like they've got a lot of gank
Oomph.
potential and pick off, and like they could just go for constant pick offs right now because like you get the setup from like Boom Boy. If you land a bushwhack, there'll be the TP that comes in from KNP, and with like the obviously the sharpshooter damage with the right clicks and natures, be able to find quick kills with that. Obviously TNT coming in with the Doom as well. So I feel like if they do play that very sort of skirmish based game, just trying to find people on their own, get kill after kill, and just slow down the Spectre's game, I can see them running away with it, but. Again, that all depends on how the start of the game goes. If they get destroyed in the lanes, it could. I definitely see it going the other way. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Vessuwan in this one.
Okay, I see now where our relationship hits that in what's it called, inflection point, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Where it goes the other way, but you make a good point about getting pickoffs and having like less downtime on UDVS one apart from the Doom, of course. But you have the Ricky, right? Linux can go around with the shard, just find people, sleep them one by one, perfect to get setups, and you have Nature's Prophet who can show up out of nowhere to help your team. You are up against the Centaur Stampede, so that's going to be something where it's like you're not going to get as many pickoffs just because someone wakes up, stampedes, they run away. But overall, that is a good strategy for UDV to play with. Thing is, I mean, we're probably going to see a Hand of Mice, Nature's Prophet, a Doom possibly Hand of Mice. We might see him go for the new build that's coming out, which is that they go for like the auras into the Aether Lens, into the God damn, I can't remember what it's called. Is it the Octarine Core, the one that reduces cooldown? I think it's the Octarine Core. Thank God. So that you might be playing that style, not going for the Hand of Mice. I think both of them could really work, but I do prefer the Aura build a bit more myself.
Yeah, it feels just a bit more versatile. It just helps out your team that little bit more rather than focusing on your own sort of game. But I could definitely see him still going for the Hand of Midas, like laning versus a Spectre. Not really gonna have struggle at all getting the CS, so it would just bump up his farm massively if he does decide to go for that. Looks like Zia was contesting a bit there for the top bounty rune. They're trying to get the blocks in with the Treants. It looks like Kishka is in some real danger right now. But these Treants that are going to be doing the blocking are actually timing out pretty damn soon. But regardless, they're just chasing after him, committing 3 heroes. And Boom Boy's like, yep, this ain't happening. I'm running back to my lane now. See you later.
A bit of damage coming out for Kishka, but he's gonna be fine. He's got 3 mangoes on the Rubik, so make sure you get that spam off. And I wonder if we're gonna see any changes to mango. It feels like some heroes, they just start off with like 6 mangoes, they do too much, and for other heroes just makes no difference. Like Undying, we saw he seems to start with 6, sometimes 9 mangoes, use it, win the lane, and I don't know. I wonder. It's an interesting item, the mango. But what's also interesting is how much damage Linux is taking right now.
Yeah, he's not quite having a fun time in that trader harassment there, is he? So if you think about changing the mangoes, then what do you think? Like, gives less mana per usage, or just like nerf the like passive HP regen?
I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird item somehow. Well, I'm interested to see what in general. I think I just need a patch. At this point, I just need a patch. I'm like, even mangoes. I'm starting to have opinions on. I'm like, mangoes. They've been there for a while now. Maybe they should just receive a change. Just give us a patch, Ice Frog. We need it.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I mean, we saw it before in the past. The 3 mangoes that lasted a 50-minute game, still in his inventory. The big impact. So he definitely deserves a nerf.
Mid lane, it's going pretty decently here for BB. XC learn. He's not having a tough time himself. So it's the mid lane, right? Classic. Both heroes will farm. I prefer the Pangolier in general as the game drags on, but early game, both of these heroes very tempo based, can make a lot of space for their team.
That is very true. Do you think it's going to be that sort of Desolator build coming out from Exilern, like as we see a lot of the core Tusk going to do, or do you think it's going to be more like a fast Blink Dagger kind of build?
In general, if you go for the Deso, it's a very high risk, high reward, right? And this is definitely a game to go for it, though. Ricky, Hoodwink, even the Nature's Prophet, you jump on these guys, easy to kill, and the Deso helps you out a lot. At the same time, not having a BKB, you can't be controlled. Like, everyone on the enemy side has some way of controlling you. So, like I said, high risk, high reward. I generally prefer the BKB build. I'm one of those guys who's always in the pubs telling his scores, buy BKB, buy it, you moron. And then they don't, and they die without buyback, and you're like, well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, a BKB is just that item that no matter how it's been changed, slight nerfs and buffs throughout the years, it is always the mostly highly valued like core item. It's kind of essential.
Yes.
If you don't build that, you're just griefing your team really at the end of the day. It'd be interesting to see if they try like a really drastic change. Like, imagine instead of giving you magic immunity, it gave you like 90% status resistance or something like that.
Yes. Which is almost like magic immunity, but I know it's not exactly the same. Like, you can still, get a couple of spells that stop a TP, for example, right?
Yeah.
Like, before that you couldn't, but now you can. So it'd be interesting. Is that what we're gonna discuss next? Should TP scrolls be changed? It's like you're like, all right.
Maybe right. If you're a support, TP scrolls give you magic immunity whilst you're channeling. Maybe that. I love that change. give the supports a nice time.
In
the mid, excellent. Easy little first one there. I think BB used his swashbuckle a little bit prematurely, and excellent, able to punish that.
I saw him earlier. The Excellent was standing at like 70% health, and we saw BB with like 30%. I was like, oh well, this is a bit scary, but he gets the kill here, and Excellent is starting to pull ahead. And he's going to get at least one of the water runes. Might consider going for the other one. So refills his ball. Is he going to go for the second one? BB doesn't need it. I might have to go for it just to prevent. That's annoying, right? You got creeps you want to go for, and BB swashbuckles gets it at the end.
Yeah, not really any way to test that, but yeah, even still. First blood on the solo kill against the mid laner. That is an extremely nice way to start the game off of. And yeah, as a result, it's that half a level sooner. So maybe once Exulearn gets that level 6, he can start bullying out BB even more.
Like a snowball, just to get that little stun off. It doesn't actually deny the creep, which I thought he was going to go for. But yeah, just trading hits in the mid lane, coming out a little bit ahead. The one guy who's, I wouldn't say struggling, but a little behind is Miracle, who has 8 mangoes. Did you see this? He's got 8 mangoes on the Spectre.
That is pretty damn interesting.
That's a lot of mangoes.
That is a lot of mangoes. He's definitely getting his 5 a day, that's for sure. And they're actually even going to poke onto TNT. They'll just force it away. And, right, okay. So that is a lot of old HP regen he's getting from that.
Man, I don't mind it, but holy crap, the guy's got 8 mangoes. See, that's why we need changes to this item. There's something wrong with it. Bottom lane, Linex trying to disrupt this pull. Looks like he's kind of successful, but he might lose his life, right? He loses so much damage. This is a bad matchup for the Riki. While he has a lot of health regen, he does not do well against this massive burst damage coming out from the Rubik and the Centaur.
That's true. It's quite interesting. Zeal's gone for 0 points as well into Retaliate, which I thought would have been kind of like an essential skill to get versus the Nature's Prophet, just to make it very, very difficult to KMP to try and harass him out. But yeah, just deciding to go for this sort of burst damage build instead seems to be working out. Meanwhile, mid BB, he has been caught trying to go for like the Rolling Thunder to escape, but not quite going to work out. A little silver line is the fact that the 2 supports were at least able to take away the rune, so Excellent doesn't get the refill, but he's full HP, full mana, still got a charge anyway. So definitely a big win there for Myth Avenue.
It's not like they got useful rune either, right? You got the regen rune when you're full. You have to pick it up to deny it. It's not like you're getting a double damage or haste so you can go and make plays with it. It's like a Riki who takes a regen rune at full is probably the worst value you can get. Top lane though, TNT.
Got BB making his own rotation there. Wants to get a Miracle. Oh, nice little dodge. Going to be able to get himself safe. Trying to also now to go on towards VB. Just keep on chasing after him. He did actually use the salve as well, but still BB funds him. Brings him down. Miracle though, he's like still just last-hitting creeps with the enemy mid laner right behind him. No fear whatsoever. Here is Exulearn. Going to poke on towards BB himself, but got Swashbuckle back up. It's going to be very difficult.
Boomboy's here.
Can they get the kill? Gonna land the bush. I gets immediately cut there from the Quelling Blade. Nice reactions there from Miracle. And allows him just to walk away. He was ready. As soon as he saw that hoodwink, you just know he clicked on Quelling Blade and was just waiting for a tree to appear.
I thought I might like hit the trees that are a bit more to the side. But boy, he's gonna be in trouble. And takes an arrow, takes a punch, gonna lose his life. And now BB is the one who's...
Yeah, he's trying desperately to get the kill into Miracle, but not quite able to get it. Another swashbuckle, but Miracle, he knew it was coming. He made sure he went down in the different direction. Very well read from the Spectre.
Those 8 mangoes make it another arrow land.
Jesus, not stopping right now. Double kill get picked up there for them, Rana. And immediately he's like, I'm denying this ward, they know it's there. But regardless, fantastic little turn of events for Myth Avenue, finding 3 kills at the top, making more space for Miracle to work with.
And during the whole time, Zeal free farming away in the bottom lane, takes 1 point to retaliate, do some damage to the tower, and are they gonna go for it? I mean, they have a stampede, they want to use it. It looks like, can they get it off in time? Oh, the dodges!
That was very nice, quick little feet work. Even dodges him a second time and a third. Zeal just dancing around BB right now. Toss back there with the telekinesis from Kishka, trying to make space for his core to get himself out. Nice stomp, but can Linex get close enough for 1 pounce? He will, just needs to slow him down, but does not have the damage to actually pierce through. But a nice little use there again of the swashbuckle to find the kill.
But in the meantime, TNT dies again, and honestly, that's a Doom. A Doom who's going Hand of Midas, and he still doesn't have 9 minutes in. And he's behind net worth of the Centaur, not by a little bit, by like 400 gold, which is pretty substantial at this point of the game.
Yeah, that is mad. Especially now he's dead with TP on cooldown, so he's going to have to walk himself back towards the lane as well. And he saw in the draft, he's like, all right, great, I'm up against a Spectre. I'm going to be fine. I'll have a good game. But Exi learned, he's like, nope, that's not happening. You are going to die. Yeah, down there, BB was trying to make space, go for Zeal yet again, but it's going to get punished pretty damn hard. Another whack there with the double edge. They find the kill, the tower gets the last touch. I mean, the Spectre ultimate was used there to try and get the kill credit himself, but just a little bit too slow on the button.
Well worth it, right? Like, it's like if you get a little bit of assist gold, that's nice. And yeah, they can farm the jungle really well. And Kishka loses his life, so at least for UDV to get something out of this. And Boomboy about to hit level 6. When he does that, you do get a lot of damage from that sharpshooter.
Oh yeah, it's a big quality of life increase that. And another TP coming in from the Pangolier, just spending all of his time down at this bot right now. Bushwhack lands, cancel the Rolling Thunder. I think maybe they should have committed it as Zeal just able to walk himself away. Oh, with the ultimate, of course.
And they recognize that he's still very durable, right? Almost 1500 health with the Vanguard, but I agree. I mean, if you're going to commit for the fight, you might as well commit all the way.
Yeah, I mean,
and,
that is the benefit of this big tanky offlaner in this game. Zeal is just such a difficult target to bring down.
Yeah, TNT. He's just sort of hanging out in the trees, not farming. I mean, obviously he's taking a little bit of a break here. He just got the Hand of Midas 10 minutes in, which is still not a bad time. But yeah, this is a Doom rushing Hand of Midas, and he's lower net worth than a lot of other heroes. Zeal finally falls.
Oh, yeah, they do manage to bring him down. That's the level 6 picked up there from Boomboy. Bringing down the old tanky Centaur arrow. Ooh, just a little bit off the mark. And they actually allowed Boomboy to get away. Meanwhile, KMP just constantly harassing out this mid-tier 1 tower, sending treants after treants at it.
Without the Chain Protector to keep it alive, that damage does add up. So Mid Avenue, even though Exum is making space, he's roaming around, he's got 6 kills on the Tusk. That is kind of... Oh, sorry, 4 kills. My bad, my God. So he's been involved in 6 kills, well, I want to say. And, oh, Kishka?
It's danger. Oh, it does manage to get away, but Lion Axe finds the kill. Gonna try and poke onto Vivi as well. In comes the sharpshooter. Off the mark. We'll be able to get away.
Would have been a nice kill if the Hoodwink could have landed, but yeah, that's sometimes how things happen. TNT does have a point in Doom in the top lane, by the way, so if he gets close to Miracle, we could see him use it. Some Dooms, they opt to go something like 4-4 by level 8, skipping the ultimate completely. So there is kill threat in the top lane now with this Doom available.
That's true. Gonna need a rotation. I mean, he tried at the very start to try and make some ganks up there towards the top, but they got punished hard from the Tusk coming in himself. So maybe that sort of made him a bit fearful about coming back to that lane again, but they're definitely going to have to start paying attention to this Spectre soon. They can't just let him to do whatever the hell he wants in this game. I mean, his farm isn't amazing. He's only 4th on top of the net worth right now, but even still, will become a scary force later on. Lion Axe. Yeah, he's just been caught. They knew exactly where he was. Brings him down. Another kill. How is the Mirana keep finding the kill credit for all these damn pickups?
He's always kill stealing, you know, he's always timing it up. He's like, oops, sorry guys, I guess I got it again. Mid lane though. There looks like they're not gonna let their tower fall for nothing, Myth Avenue. The rest of the squad is showing up. Kishka's also got a stolen smoke screen, although it's level 1, so it's not as incredible as it could be.
Yeah, That was kind of odd as well. Like, a Spectre TPing alone to defend a tier 1 tower is a very, very rare occurrence. Normally they'll only ever join in once they, with their ultimate usage, but I guess, he knew that everyone else was occupied, had to do the job. Just to, push them off the tier 1 as much as possible.
His posse is gonna show up any second now, right? It's not like he's gonna be by himself. This ain't a pub game. He's like, guys, I'll hold it. I'll take one wave down, then you guys show up. Unfortunately, that also leaves the top lane free for UDV to take. However, that's kind of expected. The enemies, the safe lane tower is almost always going to be the first to fall for both teams.
Yeah. And we do see Boomboy and BB with this smoke. They are going to bump into Kishko. It seems like Rubik's always the target of choice there. Gets found out every single time. This gets done. Can he disengage? No is the answer. He will get brought down. But still, Myth Avenue are here. They want to try and take this fight. Trying to burst down on towards the Doom. They do bring him down. Again, another kill for the Mirana. Trying to poke on towards Exilern, but with the Stampede usage, they're able to just completely ignore the smoke, charging through it. Still want to try and find somebody else. KP, that's going to be a fantastic target. Sprout's not going to be enough to save him. Actually, the Snowball dragging the Spectre away, going for the +1 onto towards Boomboy instead, bursting down onto the hood. One more right click's all they need. He will be brought low. Mega kill spree for both Exilern and the Mirana picked up in that fight.
Big kill on KNP, by the way. I'm not quite sure. Did he just teleport there? That is interesting point. Interesting thing. He's going to go for the Gleipnir, by the way. No hand of mine, so he doesn't want to join his team and help out. But that was a very unfortunate death. And if they have equal gold, I favor the Spectre. And even if the Spectre is a tiny bit behind the Nature's Prophet, I still think the hero is going to be able to do a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. And it definitely seems like this game is just slipping further and further out of the grip of UD Vessuwan. 3k gold advantage for Myth Avenue. Even the win probability is already at 87% into their favor. So Gaben has
a bit much. Favorite. That's a bit much. Come on, Gaben. It's not like 90%. Well, it's 3,000 gold. Although the smoke, this could be another. Oh, KNP.
Yeah, he's a goner for sure. There is going to be some sort of retaliation. The Bushback actually ends up missing. It's Sharpshooter as well. Boomboy not landing any of his skills right now. And they're forced to just disengage. I mean, BB has just cliffed Miracle. Has to now go for the TP out. Is there any cancel? They will manage to stop it. So there is going to be the Snowball trying to make space for the Spectre to get himself out. But I think the dot damage will be enough. The final whack there from the Bushback gets the kill. But regardless, it just baited in 2 more members of Vessuwan to their deaths.
Nice move by Exilern, right? Giving them just a tiny bit of time to get Miracle in a better position. Yeah, he dies, but instead of it being a 1-for-1 carry trade, they also get the offlaner and the support for their troubles. Exilern, he's hungry for more blood.
Yeah, just constantly looking for other pickoffs right now. Another telekinesis grab onto BB. Oh, a swashbuckle and the Walrus Punch made it look like Exilern had his axe, and he like booted him away. That was very odd.
I was thinking there's no way he's kicked him in that direction, but then you're like, oh right, he got interrupted halfway through. And it looks like he's going to go for the Deso build that you were talking about, which makes sense, right? You are up against low armor heroes, relatively fragile, especially the Hoodwink and the Ricky, even the stuff. Like, you can do a lot with this Deso. So
yeah, I'm sure
choice.
I'm sure he wishes he had it already, because like the amount of kills he's been able to fight, he'd have so many charges already. And he was still looking for more. Lion Axe just gets hit straight in the face. The smoke cut though, putting the silence down onto the Mirana, allowing him to disengage, and looks like he will be able to make his way out of there. Although BB gets caught into the offside instead, and they can't get anything else out of it.
He dies to retaliate. He swashbuckles away, and then he hits the centaur a few times. I was like, oh crap! Retaliate really hurts.
Yeah, that is brutal way to die for sure. Have you seen that video of the worst cheese usage in Dota history? Where it's like...
The one with the Underlords?
Yes!
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, mate, that is absolutely hilarious, that video. Just kills his entire team with Fatal Bonds. Oh, God.
Yeah, so... I think that was a competitive match, but yeah, some guy was playing Underlord. He get a full 5-man Fatal Bond. His team just backs out. He takes all the damage. He cheeses back up, and then his team starts dropping like flies. I'm like, dude, we don't have your health, and you just gave us double the damage. Oh god, I loved it though.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's like probably one of the few times in history where a warlock gets a rampage. That's a real feels good moment. I've
seen sometimes with like Roche, right? Like they do the fatal boss, it hits Roche and 5 heroes, and then you're like, oh, we just hit Roche. It's like 2 objectives in one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, sometimes that skill can seem really like it does nothing, and then sometimes it seems like it does absolutely everything.
Yeah. I love that, right? Like you cast it and you're like, does this even make a difference? Like a fight happens, you cast it, and like, did it do anything? I have no idea. But then sometimes you get like you see the value of it. You go, oh, okay, it's incredible. Upheaval is an interesting ability for Warlock though. Now it does damage and does a lot of it as well.
Yeah, I do like the way they changed that ability. Like it was too long where it was just the slow, and it just seemed kind of underwhelming. But with the damage element now, it definitely seems like a skill you can actually put levels into.
By the way, check out what Zeal has. He went for the Blink Dagger, and then he went for the Force Staff, just so that he has as much mobility as he needs in these fights. I love this Force Staff pickup, because, you know, if you get, you caught in the Sprout, you can just use it and you'll be fine. Although, we have a fight here.
Trying to go excellent, was poking in, but with this Stampede, that's so easily able to disengage him regardless. They will still get the kill on towards the Tusk. I think he had the Doom on top of him as well.
Yes.
Maybe getting a little bit overzealous there. Even still, there was a couple of ultimates that were expended just for that kill. Now
two-man.
Two-man hoof stomp lands onto Linux as well as BB. Regardless, they've got the Bushwhack connection onto Kishka, and this Glepnir is actually starting to do some work right now. Get another kill, another 2-1 tower grab. Mirana, arrow lands onto the Nature's Prophet, but it's right on top of BB's face. He's going to be careful he doesn't get brought low as a result. Oh, the Bushwhack connects! Is there any follow-up? Doesn't look like it. Actually, into the backlines. KMP! This is a very aggressive TP right now. He's getting in there. Needs some help with the rest of his team to disengage. Looks like he will get it. The Mirana Starstorm, not enough to bring him down, but actually, the usage there from the Miracle Axe does actually get the kill onto the Nature's. Exilern also finding BB. A little bit, again, ahead of themselves there from Vessuwan. They had a good fight. They got a tower, but just ends up throwing that away a little bit.
Yeah, it looks really good, right? For them, we thought they were going to be able to take the fight, but unfortunately, they do lose it. Boom Boy! Oh, the stun. No mana for the stun. He actually, the Force Staff costs him, and after that, he was like, yep, I can't actually use it, so a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, well, you know what would have helped that? More mangoes.
Yes, if he had eaten a whole tree of it, it would have been like, yeah, look at that, full mana.
Got it. There you go. So, it's the small things in Dota that makes all the difference. Yeah. So now, 6,000 gold lead for Myth Avenue, still sitting on now a 91% win probability. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Gaben's always favoured a Spectre draft, but
yes,
still, that's pretty damn one-sided.
Yeah, he's always had this weird interest in Spectres. Like, come on, Gaben, just relax. Oh, will they be able to kill Linux? And yeah, all that pure damage you get is a lot in Linux. No way.
Trying to get himself out there with the pick pole, but a couple of right clicks all they need. They actually fight BB in the backlines. At last, Linux dies. So just more little run at you strategy from Myth Avenue. Get another couple of kills, and maybe they might be able to bring down this top tier one as well.
This is getting very scary for UDV. I don't think their late game is that amazing, and now they're losing at this stage of the game as well, which is a point of the game where you think they might be a bit strong. Doom, he's gonna go for the beekeeper. That's gonna help him out, and it's not gonna take too long. Actually, one thing we haven't mentioned is that there is a creep that has a break on it. It's the I forgot which creep it is exactly, but there's a creep with a break. I think it's one with it comes with the healers. Yeah. And yeah, it is. The Hill Troll Berserker has a break. So that is an option if you're the Doom, but you also want to get the other abilities. The other abilities are very, very useful. Not the Hurl Boulder that he has right now, though. That one's a bit weird.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, when you if you've got that one and you die, you get 2 little mini Dooms. And they run around looking really cute and awesome. So maybe that's the big play from TNT. Just like doubles his hero, It's like a budget Arc Warden.
I mean, that's yes, and I do love how they look like Doom as well. But I gotta say, if you're relying on dying to get a 1.2 second stun total, I think you really gotta rethink the whole strategy at that point.
It's always fun to see. But yeah, 100% getting that break creep would be the biggest impact you can probably get. Trying to hunt
next.
for Zeal. He's waiting for it, but there is actually a lot of help coming in from the rest of Myth Avenue, charging up towards this top. I mean, obviously they're trying to bait out for TNT right now.
Ooh,
Shadow
it's
used.
like...
But yeah, maybe a bit early. Oh, God, the stun. If he actually dropped it, would have connected just then. But even still, TNT
Doesn't
is
matter.
going to get caught. Arrow actually gets tanked up by the creeps. He's trying to get himself away, but there's just no escape. There's another death there for the old Doom. Wait, where's his too many
1 in
Dooms?
5. Ooh,
Wait,
what?
Does it not make the mini Dooms anymore? Or do they just die?
It should. It should. So it's right there. It says the shard split. I've seen it happen. Maybe. Crazy. I've seen the mini Doomlings. Like, I've seen them with my own eyes. They're, you know, they come out looking like a bit grayish. Weird.
Well, there you go. The Golem creep is now completely useless. Never get it. You don't even get too many Dooms anymore. What's the point of that? Oh, dearie me.
It's not too bad in the laning stage because it's a stun that does damage from range without a mana cost. So it's like, yay, and you can actually use it to last hit because there's 150, so really good in that situation. But oh dear, no, it's not having a good time. Boom boy.
Yeah, he's dead again. That was a nice little double stun there from Exilum. Fortunate enough for BB, he had the space to roll in Thunder away, using his dead support as bait. And he does disengage, but regardless, they're just not able to find a foothold in this game here, Vessuwan. I mean, now actually even Myth Avenue moving themselves in towards Roche Pit, but there is a high ground ward here for UD Vessuwan. Trying to keep the advantage, but does actually get taken away from the Mirana, so it's an even sort of vision standing point.
And will they try to contest this? They don't have a roll. That's kind of one of their best abilities in the Roche Pit, but Myth Avenue, they get spooked a little bit, decide to go for the fake back. They go back, smoke. Do they have any vision of the area? Doesn't seem like they do. But still, they're bold. They do think that this is a good time for them to start a fight.
Yeah, they're doing this long wrap. Smoke breaks of Exilon, jumps in very aggressively. BKB immediately on towards the BKB as well as the Doom. And now they just want to disengage there with the use of the Stampede. Doom wasn't actually used, but the actual stolen Rolling Thunder from Kishka, rolling around as the little cube, lands on top of the Ricky Maru. Miracle jumping in and out, can't quite make his mind about where he wants to end up, but still the Ricky is dead. They got the connection to BB. Does use the shard to try and get himself out, but godlike spree now for the Mirana. This man has just been stealing kills left, right, and center.
9-1? Really? I mean, that's a position 5 Mirana. He's the highest farmed hero for his team right now. So Kishka feeling quite jealous of what's going on right now.
The Mirana, he did the least damage out of the entire team as well, and he gets all the kills.
He did the damage that counts. It's the same thing with. It's the same thing with the creep laning. You know, it's the guy who gets the last hit who gets all the gold. So
yeah,
well played by Vivi. Hey, he needs gold. What's he farming for? He's going for a 4-staff. That's very much a luxury item. He needs it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he sort of needs it to sort of deal with the Ricky smoke cloud. But obviously, already having the guarding groups online as well, it's pretty tasty position to be in for a position for support. I mean, he's actually only 500 gold behind the enemy mid laner. I mean, BB has been having a rough time, don't get me wrong, but yeah, even still, drawing there is going to feel nice. Yeah, it's looking like a dead Doom for sure. BB uses Rolling Thunder, wants to get on top of the 2 supports, will stun them once, but it's literally just a drive-by, has to keep on running. Meanwhile, Boomboy running away himself, got 3 cores on his tail. A nice little choice to hide in the trees and goes to the TP out.
Damage is such a problem right now for UDV. You have a Spectre who's farmed with an Aegis, and you have a Centaur who has gone for Heaven's Halberd, so Nature's Prophet's damage is going to be severely reduced. Excellent also has a BKB. I feel like that's the easiest one to kill, and he's a Tusk with a Snowball and a BKB. Like, that tells you the situation of how hard it is to deal with enemy cores right now. Rubik, Blink, and 4 staffs, just a whole lot of mobility. It's very scary right now. Oh, Zeal, they want to jump in? Arrow comes out, it lands.
Yeah, his line's going to get himself away. No, it's not. It's a 2-man stomp. Lands there from Zeal, also landing onto Boomboy. But it doesn't look like Myth Avenue want to overcommit inside the enemy base. We'll just let the squirrel scurry away. And so just poking and prodding from afar. And it was like Exilon as well. He decided to completely abandon the Desolator plan and went for some other items. Like, what do you think made him change his mind there?
I mean, we've seen it before, right? If you're winning, just go for survivability. If you're losing, go for damage. They're winning by a lot, and he realizes, why would I want to ever lose my life and just to go for the safe option. So I like it. I'm glad that he went for the BKB. You know, we're both BKB believers, and clearly he is too.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
It
worried
seems to
about.
be working out.
I'm just worried about TNT, man. This guy has been a walking gold box for the team. 1-6 on the Doom, and just been really suffering. Linex dodges the arrow. Yeah, is that gonna be enough to keep him alive?
I don't know. He actually might just get in TNT in a dangerous position. Snowball rolls straight through. They are going to drop the Doom on towards the Tusk, but he's got the BKB and the Stampede. So he's just trying to run himself away. BB chasing after there with the Rolling Thunder. 4-star bringing his Tusk to safety. Eventually he'll get brought low, but it takes so much chase there from Vessuwan that maybe now they're in a dangerous position. TNT is going to be the first one to fall there for them. KMP, his BKB runs out and he has to just try and disengage right now. I mean, that's actually not too bad. I say that, and if only they're not done yet, still going to try and jump in for more. BB takes a bit of damage, but still able to disengage.
Oof.
There's so much pokes and prods from afar. Bushwhack lands onto 2 there from Boo Boy, as well as Glepnir onto 3.
Nice
They're in the
Glepnir.
smoke cloud as well. Okay, that was not bad. Okay, they made sure they didn't lose any more, and they traded their offlaner for the mid. It's a worthwhile trade, but even still, it's not like that's going to change the outcome of this game at all.
It does waste a bit of time of the Aegis, and I think if you're UDV, that's a good win for you. And by the way, I just realized that the Gleipnir's active ability has a name, and it's called Eternal Chains. Because I was like, oh, what a good Gleipnir, and I was like, wait, that ability has to have a name. So it is Eternal Chains. Oh, Boom Boy, he's gonna be eternally dead right after what just happened.
That he is. Take it out in a second there. But yeah, I didn't realize it had its own like little activation name. I've always just called it the Glepnir. I think that's just easier. Like, I mean, there's enough goddamn skill names that we need to remember.
Yes.
I'm not remembering Glepnir's activational name. It's not happening. I'm just gonna stick with Glepnir.
Or like a Blast Rig has the name of the passive is called Hair Trigger. I'm like, nah, he got blast rigged. I don't care. He got rigged. That's what happened. He got Gleipnir. I'm not gonna learn the names of the abilities. That's just, except Shadow Walk. I can remember Shadow Walk.
Okay, that's something. But I think the Dota 2 community they'll forgive us, right? You know, we don't have to learn all of these things, surely. Unless there might be some people that get a little bit upset about it, but you know. At least Blink Dagger's one makes sense, right? Blink Dagger, the skill was just called Blink. You can't go wrong with that.
He blinked. That's. I mean, or like some of them are just they tell you exactly what they do. Blade Mail does damage return. You know, I was like, thank you.
Heaven's Halberd, disarm, like that sort of thing. Yeah. What's the Force stuff one called? Is that just called Force? Yeah, it's just called Force. So
I think it's Force.
Why? Look, these ones are easy as hell. Why is Glepnir's Eternal Chains? Just call the skill Glep. There you go. You got Glept.
Actually, to be fair, Silver Edge should have a different name for its active because it's not like Shadow Walk and Shadow Blade. The Silver Edge one's different. Linex loses his life, but who cares? That's been happening the whole game.
Yeah, he's just sort of chained down at the moment. It feels like those 6 deaths are all in like the last 5-10 minutes or so. It's just all Myth Avenue. But I mean, this net worth lead hasn't actually increased in quite a long time. It's being kept at a very steady pace. But to be honest, when you're versus a hand of Midas Doom and the net worth isn't changing, that's just a big sign that Myth Avenue are doing something right.
We haven't actually seen the Devour being stolen by Kishka. I was thinking he'd just take. If I was Rubik, I'd just steal that from Doom all day and be like, no. I just need gold. But yeah, they are doing a good job on UDV. Well, I mean, they're doing a good job on both teams, right? UDV, despite being behind, they are gaining their gold. Myth Avenue and making sure that this net worth lead is not growing. You know, KMP has been farming. He's got the Silver Edge, so the break is going to be a big deal for them. We'll see if that's going to be enough, though.
Yeah, I mean, with that break and the sharpshoot as well, they might finally be able to actually start bringing down Miracle a bit more. As he's still not just, he still hasn't committed himself to going in for the BKB. He's got the Abyssal queued up, and he's not too far away from it. What's that? 115. Okay, he's about 2,600 gold off completing Abyssal. Do you think then he's going to go for the BKB, or does he just not care about it?
Is BKB that valuable this game? It's hard to tell, really. I mean, there's a Doom, so that's like that doesn't matter if you have BKB or not. you have ways of walking out of the smoke screen, hoodwink. Maybe he'll want to be KB, but I think you could get a lot with just the Abyssal. He has it queued up after. So I do like that he's going for Abyssal Blade first, though. I think that you want to jump on the Nature's Prophet. You want to just use your stank. Here's the thing: if you get Abyssal Blade, even if you get broke, it doesn't matter because there's not much damage coming out from everyone except the Nature's Prophet. Oh dear.
Charge forwards. Excellent, trying to get on top of the BB. Actually just boots the Doom into the way onto his team, but it doesn't matter. KMP is there, trying to cause as much destruction as possible, but with the Stampede, it allows the entirety of Vip having to disengage. The Hoof Stomp actually off the mark there from Zeal, but with the Snowball, kicks the Doom back again. TNT just getting shoved around relentlessly. He will fall. Another kill as well for the Mirana. They got the grab onto KMP. Is there any save? There is not. He is dead. And Kishka keeping chase. Zeal there with another two-man hoof stop. Down goes BB. Boom Boy's also going to fall. And that is a 5-man wipe coming on out there for Myth Avenue. And Vessuwan get decimated.
Maybe we'll see the double G's, but Kishka, great move with a Stolen Bushwhack. Lands it on KMP. Stuns him for the entire fight. So well played by him. And 2 kicks on the same guy. Chitty was like, I know he's a big target, but that's still very impressive. Excellent. It's like, that's the one. That's the one. Every time, we're going to make sure he's going to get the kick.
Yeah, just feeling like he's a football, just getting booted around the pitch. There's like over one side, then back over to the other. It does feel pretty damn rough. And regardless, that is the first tier 3 gone. Should be melee barracks as well. I mean, the Pangos respawning soon. 20 seconds left for the Nature's Prophet. But yeah, they're just going to make sure they get that objective, and they will just disengage. No need to overstay their welcome.
Good move by MAG, right? You're not going to be able to get more axes out of that because the tier 2s are standing. So, you're like, okay, we got the kill, we're leaving. Kishka has the Aeon Disc ready if he wants to disassemble it. I've seen sometimes players forget that they have it, they forget to disassemble it in time, but I don't think that's as likely here.
Yeah. No, I've definitely done that before in the past, thinking that I'm doing some big brain play. I'm like, yeah, they won't expect this, and yeah, then the heat of the moment you just completely forget about, and you're like, ah, shit. Meanwhile though, Kishka was actually in the right spot there to break the smoke there on the 2 supports, and he's going to be able to get himself away. Big plays coming out there.
A blink.
It looks like even going to commit for a fight in Myth Avenue. They got the connection straight away. Down goes the Ricky Morrow. They drop the Doom onto the Tusk, but he already had the BKB. BB can't even get the connection with the Rolling Thunder. That's 2 ultimates in the drain. Buyback was also expended on the Ricky. This is already looking pretty damn rough. They're going to try and disengage, killing the wards as they go, but there's still the high ground one. They see KMP in the trees, has the BKB straight away, but the BKB does nothing against the Walrus Punch, knocks him up to the air. He's trying to get him out, but he can't. 2-man hook stop as well from Seal, and I think this could just be the time they call GG, surely. A kickback there onto Boom Boy. Yeah, that's it. They tap out.
Yeah, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. They had this late, the early game sort of with the Doom Nature's Prophet, and they were able to get farm, but it just felt like KMP and TNT just kept losing their life over and over again because, great rotation by Myth Avenue. You had the Stampede, you had the Spectre Ultimate showing up everywhere. They just kept getting these kills. Even mid lane, I think, what did XC learn? Get a couple of kills on the Pangolier. That gave him a big advantage. Overall, Myth Avenue, 4 times the kill. That is pretty wild, I gotta say. It's everything just went for them. I prefer Pango over Tusk, but when your Tusk gets 2 solo kills in the early game, really shuts down the Pango. And KMP and TT, I've said before, I do not like the Doom off lane as much as I used to. It feels like it's super slow, and this game did not change my opinion.
No, that's very true. I think the only time we've seen a Doom really work in this entire tournament is when it was ran as a position 1.
Yes.
It's a very unorthodox place for him to go, but I mean, the statistics say it works, so you may just have to stick with that and potentially, just put him into a more high priority role. It might just be how it works, but yeah, definitely big show there from Myth Avenue. Like you're saying, I think it all just does come off of Exilern. Just dominated that mid lane, and then even when BB tried doing a gank towards the Spectre, the Tusk just showed up, completely turned it around, and then that was just it. It was just a downhill decline from then, and definitely Myth Avenue ran away with that one.
That was a huge point of the game, right? Because they, how long was Spectre sitting on with 15% health, and they were like, yeah, we can get the kill, They keep throwing more bodies, they don't get the kill. The No, what do you, I mean, I know there's quadruples. I don't want to say the Ninetical Mango build worked wonders in that situation to keep Spectre alive. And in the end, it's just like that was a huge point because Spectre was able to get a bunch of kills and assists. The enemy team threw their bodies. They lost their momentum, and yeah, it's just a slow draft overall that suffered.
It's true. I mean, I don't think we've seen the mass mango stack lose a game yet. It seems to, whether if it's the actual item itself doing the work or if it's just like a really good luck charm, who knows? But that's the aim of the game, guys. When you're in your pubs, just buy mangoes. No matter what you're playing, mangoes is the key item there. But yeah, obviously that is the first game down of the best of two. And as we were saying before this series even kicked off, both of these two teams are definitely lacking in points. So
Yep.
Myth Avenue going to feel very happy about finally getting some more victories on the board. Vessuwan, though, have really got to come back into this second game, get this next point on the board. Otherwise, yeah, the futures of this tournament not looking that hopeful for him. Like, what sort of changes do you think they're going to have to make?
Something a little faster. I mean, I don't. It's hard to tell, right? Like because you have the Pango, which is pretty good. You have a Hoodwink with that's pretty good, and it just felt like the offlane died too much. I don't know if that's something that do you want to change the hero? Do you want to have a like this mentality is going different? Like yeah, you can pick Doom again, just play it more aggressive, or it's like no, we're moving away from the Doom. So I'm not quite sure what the team's going to decide with that, but. It just felt like they lost TNT way too many times. I think that's the point that you need to change, that you need to work on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's just had an absolutely rough game. End score was 2-9-2. Could not get any farm on the go. Yeah, it's the complete opposite of how a Doom game needs to go for him to actually feel effectful. And yeah, well, that's it. That's how Dota goes. You win some, you lose some. Obviously, Myth Avenue very happy. But obviously, game number 2, guys, only 10 minutes away, so don't go anywhere. More Dota 2 to come, so we will see you there for that.